In regards to the notion that water holds or carries memory, I believe that's one of the truest statements I ever heard. Not only does it carry, natural energy and resources, but we're made up of 70% water or more. And a lot of the organic emotions, metaphysical aspects to ourself are directly related to the liquids that we put into our body and the liquids that we surround ourselves with. So definitely holds memory.
So you saying it that way makes it sound very, very deep, but it also gets you to think and have the conversations of the things that did happen in the Conestoga to Black and brown people, and the whole history of it all that we're still learning, even as I'm 30 years old, that they don't teach you in school, or there's not like a pamphlet of this that you can just go pick up and it'll be the complete truth that you can trust. So I'm very thankful that we're able to share our stories in that way so people can kind of see our faces and it coming from the people that look like them.
So when I think about this project and water, I think about being that little girl and I know this is not as close to the Conestoga River, but they all flow in together. I was a kid at Camp Black Rock Retreat, and being a kid at that camp, especially as a young Black girl, we weren't pushed as much into nature, but that camp pushed me into nature. And I really learned, we had one day where we would go camping, one day where you camped outside in a tent with your cabin. And I can remember walking through the creeks and the water back in the forest. And just to see how much water actually affects your everyday life, little things, appreciating little things that you do with water means so much to me. So I think water is essential for every day, your everyday life, anything you do.
Water holds memory. For me, I think about my first time learning to swim at the YMCA and taking swimming classes with Miss Marie. I think about family cookouts. I think about summertime. I think about memories of me growing up and how most of them are connected to a body of water. I connect it in that way. And then I think about water being a natural resource. For me personally, water is mentioned in the Bible 772 times. That's double more than love. So when we think about the importance for water, for me it has spiritual importance in the way that we're baptized in water. Jesus was baptized in the Jordan River. I don't think it's healthy for people to go be baptized in the Conestoga River. So for me, that's a beautiful connection personally, is we want to keep these waterways clean. I believe that God challenged us to be good stewards of the earth, and we really need to appreciate his creation.
It's a deep concept, and I believe it too. And it's just something deep to think about because we're not raised to think like that. So the river's got to be older than us. The water, from getting evaporated to rained again is just a cycle that's continuous, so the water's got to remember, every piece of the process. So it's got to have some kind of feelings towards us too, like, when we take care of it or not. So that's deep. It's deep.
Wow, that is a powerful statement. Water holding memories is so powerful when you think about it. Like, being able to use this project to build connections with our community specifically really helped to explore how water can hold memories, because you saw so many people from so many different generations sharing their stories about the water, from kids in classes, writing little poems or making pictures that have to do with water, building their own memories as they go and explore the Conestoga.
When I think about the term water holds memory, it makes me feel appreciative and chuckle to myself a little bit, because water is life-sustaining. As I mentioned, the river is life-sustaining in itself. our bodies are made up of 99% water. So why wouldn't there be memories in every sweat gland that we perspire, or every splash of water that we may trickle onto the sidewalk? Yes, that holds memories. That splashes somewhere. It may evaporate into the sky and it gets recycled into rain. So we have memories upon memories just recycling over and over again. And some you could see clear as day, and some you can't. But the Rivers Connection Project is trying to make those changes so that you could see that change in the years to come.
When I think about the river and memory and how I might want to continue to interact and impact the water specifically, I think that something that's really important for me is making sure that my kids get to have these same memories that I do about having, a river running through my backyard all through my childhood. I think that memories of jumping across creeks and floating down the river on makeshift rafts is something that was just a really bright part of my childhood. And my hope is that the river can continue to create those memories for young people all throughout Lancaster County.